But here's what you should know about eating fire. If you ever have a reflex to inhale like that, it's not good if you're eating fire. So
Let's have it.
well, I have to tell you. So this is tough because I don't block it out completely. Like when something goes wrong, you ingest it. You go, how can I fix that? But then you have to move on.
Serious therapy. If you block everything out, look, you need to really.
It's true. Look, I put up walls. I have walls all around me. You have to, you have to adjust it. But then you have to move on, right?
Right.
But you have to take it and go, how can I fix this? I do remember, actually, I used to be a street performer as a kid. And I started as a street performer. I was 12 years old. I was street performing for much of my life. And that's how I kind of got into, it's the proving grounds,
Yeah.
So I do remember I was on the street once and I was doing a Bill and Lemon routine.
Okay.
And that used a grapefruit as well. And I remember, I was a kid. I was a late teenager, and I thought it was cool to have a butterfly knife. Right?
Oh
so
no! I would
use the butterfly knife to cut open the lemon. Yeah, that's right. So and I was very, look at me. I'm a nerd. I was a nerdy kid with a butterfly. It's ridiculous. So, and buying the butterfly knife might have been a better story than actually using the butterfly knife. But so, who sells a kid a butterfly knife? First of all, that's who we should be talking to. You should do a podcast with the guy that sold a teenager a butterfly knife. What is wrong with that person? Anyway, that's not what we're talking about here. So I have a butterfly knife, and I practice with it. Well, I'm doing the show, and for whatever reason, the butterfly knife.
Wait a second. I practiced with it once.
No, I knew what I was doing. So there's a clip on the end to keep it closed. I knew. And you turn it in your hand and you flip it and stuff. So anyway, so there it is in my back pocket. But I don't know why, but it's sticking up with the V up and the clip is open. I don't know why the clip was open. So anyway, I'm in the heat of the moment. It's a great show. If I remember, the show was great. So I do remember that. The show was fantastic. And it was amazing, the show. And so I'm in the moment, and I'm going to reach in, and I'm going to grab. I have my lemon, and I'm going to grab that knife, and I reach into my back pocket, which the knife is open, and I grab that blade, and I pull up and slice my hand, right? And I don't know if I was in shock but I remember. But then I pulled the knife out. I did the flip, which was really great, kind of amazing, and blood
everywhere, yeah,
blood on my head. So but the show must go on. So I cut that lemon open, and I don't know if you poured lemon juice into an open wound. But
I didn't even think about that. Oh my God.
This is not fun. But hey, there was a freaking bill in that gosh darn lemon. So that's all I could say. There was a bill. I may have been in pain. Now, so the bill comes out of the lemon, and my hand is on fire. There's blood everywhere.
Citrus in your wound.
Right. And so now comes the moment where you think, do I still pass the hat? Because that's why I'm here.
I need to pay for the stitches.
Yeah, that's why I'm here, people. And I had an audience. So I decide I put the hat out and I go, I have to go. But here's my hat. And a nurse came up and said, would you like a Band-Aid? She gave me a Band-Aid, which is very nice. And then I put the hat down and I left. I left for first aid, left the hat there. I actually may have given the hat to a spectator and said, would you handle this for me? And they did. I think they passed the hat for me. And then I came back.
Did you ever take your hat back and your money? What?
I did. I came back, took my money, and left.
And then you got so much money on the hat that you decided to keep it in the act.
Right. And so I've been cutting myself every night for years. It's fantastic, right? People say they give up what they give for their art. No, no. Let me tell you, a butterfly knife to the same spot on your finger night after night. Now that is
Oh
dedication.
my gosh, that's funny.
And I was street performing, and in other places too, but that was really my
That was
main
it.
spot in St. Louis for all through college. And
Wow,
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I did it for a long, long time, and
that's amazing.
uh, it was a huge training ground for me because
I
you get
didn't
to
know
learn how to.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Wow.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you get to and that's also where I was eating fire. I got to learn how to eat fire, and I did a lot of fire eating. I have to send you a picture. Actually, it's pretty cool. Uh, in fact,
After this butterfly knife story, I don't know if I really think that you should be eating fire.
oh well, I can assure you, I should not be eating fire. So, A- Alex, Alex, I'm going to send you a text message right now
Okay.
with a picture and I want to tell you about. It's not even a big story, but that moment. So I just sent you a picture of a fire eating shot. Do you see it?
Yeah.
And yeah,
If you can't,
uh,
as you guys can see it.
yeah. And so that's a pretty good night. Look at that fire just hanging out of my mouth there,
Yeah,
right?
it looks like you have
I mean,
flaming tongues.
yeah, it's all exploding from my mouth. Well, I have to tell you, here's the thing. Not only did I burn the heck out of my mouth that night, but look, I mean, I came away with blisters like you wouldn't believe on the inside of my mouth. But look at that photo. That photo is unbelievable.
That's all you
And
need.
that's all you need. I was like, I got the photo. So that's really all you need. I don't need fire anymore. It's
You
stupid.
sound like an
But,
Instagram model. Just
yeah, I got the photo. But here's what you should know about eating fire. If you ever have a reflex to inhale like that, it's not good if you're eating fire. So, boy, that fire.
it's not good.
No, it went down into my lungs. Holy smokes, that was a heck of a night. But I got the photo, and that's what's really important.
That's all that matters. See,
That's all that
put
matters.
you put that in your promo. It's like one of those people that have like a huge CV and it has like all these special skills: fire eating, glass walking, juggling, this, unicide, and it's like you do all this stuff.
What's wrong with you? What is wrong with you people? I do have another story for you, actually.
All right.
I was very fortunate to work on the production of the movie The Incredible Burt Wonderstone. And
Right. Yeah.
right.
Jim
And that is
Carrey and Steve Carell, all about
that's
magic.
right. That's right. And that's all because I don't want to call him out, but it's all because of Jim Steinmeier. The only reason that I was on that show was that Jim recommended me for the run of production. Jim was the consultant on the show in pre-production and building all the everything and I worked with him along the production to bounce ideas off and all of this. And in fact, I'll just if I can just give a shout out. All the things in my adult life as a magician that have been the most interesting in my life are a direct result of Jim Steinmeier. So
Me too.
yeah, I just have to say it's absolutely true. When I look back at all the things that I have real memories of and have really given me the greatest joy as a magician, it's all because of Jim Steinmeier.
What's funny is out of the magicians, you, Kevin Spencer, Robert, me, obviously, I'm talking, Jay, Joe, every magician who has been on this podcast somehow, some way mentions Jim. I mean, that shows you how incredibly important he is in the world of magic. Pretty incredible.
Incredibly important, but also how incredibly generous and gracious.
Oh my gosh. I would say, yeah.
The fact that any of these opportunities came up.
Yeah.
It speaks solely, to how generous he is to allowing those opportunities to exist and allowing people to take advantage of those opportunities.
Yeah, and he never wants any credit. You always go, "Hey, thank you." Yeah, no, it's fine. It's good.
Yeah. So I'm really grateful for all that.
Absolutely.
But I was lucky
in the movie
to be on that movie, and I got to work with Steve Carell and Alan Arkin and Olivia Wilde and Steve Buscemi.
Oh yeah, I forgot he was in that one.
But there is, okay, so I do have, there's other things like that. Okay, so there's another, I don't know why now these stories are coming up for one or something, but there was a scene where we were, it was between Olivia Wilde and Steve Carey, Steve Carell, Steve Carey and Steve, I've conflated them, Steve Carell and Olivia Wilde. And Olivia, they're standing close to each other, and Olivia was going to levitate a bill, right? Do some levitation in between her hands. And so I'm setting all that up for them, and we spent a long time doing it. And I don't know who your audience is, so I won't divulge the secret to it, but I will say that the night before and the nights before, I spent a tremendous amount of time preparing for that that trick, right? Because you have to get ready, and then you have to be ready in case you have to do it again and again and again and again. And you have to, and if you're coming on as the consultant, you have to have everything ready so that you don't stop production. Right. So I'm working really hard to get everything ready. Spend a long time. We get on set and we're doing it and we're setting it up, and I'm teaching her how to float this bill, and she's going to float this. It's going to levitate between her hands, and we spend a long time on it. And then in the final shot, it's a butterfly that flies out of her hands. And you go, what happened there? You know, and they replace the bill with the butterfly, and all that work.
You thought, why did we do this at all?
We didn't need to do it at all. That's exactly right. So that's.
I forgot that years ago I worked on. I can't even remember what the TV show's called, but somebody will listen and know what I'm talking about. But it was like After 24, and it was with Kiefer Sutherland and whatever. And I had to teach this kid how to do magic. And I'm like, oh my gosh, how are we going to do this? This is the prop. And then, here's the best part. They said, we want you to teach him how to do this trick. And I said, okay, what do you want to do? They go, this is what we want to happen. And it was kind of like a crystal tube, and you produce things at it. So I get to set and I go, do you need anything? They go, no, we have the props. I get there and they literally just hand me a clear tube and a opaque tube. They go, and I go, well, what is this? They go, oh, that's what we want to do the trick with. And I go, well, where did you even get this? They go, oh, we had the prop guy make it. Because they don't realize that, magic, there is a way to do it.
Yeah.
They're just like, well, don't you just snap your fingers?
Right. And things appear.
Yeah.
Things appear. Right?
Yeah. And I'm like, this isn't even a trick. Like, this isn't even, I was like, what am I supposed to do with this? So then they go, okay, so the director's going to come in, at this afternoon. Can you show him the thing? And I'm like, so I'm there and I go, okay. And I went to the prop guy. I said, look, this is what you have to do. And I have the kid trying to figure out, I go, okay, do this. And the kid kind of doesn't know. He's like, 12, and he's kind of not really paying attention. So they go, oh, we're going to have the director come in at 3 to see how it goes. And I'm like, great. And I just said, look, I'll do it for the director. And I told the kid, and I told the other person, the assistant coming in, telling me like, oh, the director's coming. I said, I'm going to do it for the director. They go, but we want to see the kid do it. I go, he's not ready. Let me do it. And then that's what the director can see. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, I hope this even works. And so I end up doing this trick. And it's like, in my mind, I'm like, this is so embarrassing. This is so awful. And I'm sitting here going to the director, okay, are you ready? And I do the thing. And the director kind of goes, yeah, it's great. Perfect. All right, let's go film it. Yep. And like walks out. He was there for like a total of like 7 seconds. And I'm like, oh gosh. Needless to say, they kind of cut it all. So, but I mean, I was on the set and I got paid, whatever. Now I have the story on my podcast. That's why